Good morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss third chapter of your science book, Fiber to Fabric. In class 6 you have learnt about some fibers obtained from plants. You have also learned that fibers can either be produced from plants or from animals, and these fibers are known as natural fibers. Cotton and jute are the commonly known natural fibers obtained from plants, whereas wool and silk are the commonly known natural fibers obtained from animals. In this chapter, we will study in detail about animal fibers. Wool is obtained from the fleece of animals possessing hairy fibers on their body, whereas silk is obtained from the cocoon of silk moth. Do you know which part of the sheep's body yields fibers? Sheep has fibers called wool in the form of fleece, as the humans have hair on their body. The fleece is sheared off from sheep's body and is processed to get wool. This fiber obtained from natural sources undergoes further processing, dyed into several attractive colors and designs before being used by the people. Wool comes from sheep, goat, yak and other animals. Can you guess why these animals have wool? Yes, the hair present in their body traps the air in between the hairy fibers. The trapped air, being a poor conductor of heat, prevents the flow of heat from their body to the cold surroundings and vice versa, thereby makes these animals feel warm. Like us, the hairy skin of these animals has two types of fibers that forms the fleece: coarse beard hair and fine soft under hair close to the skin. To get the best quality of wool, it is first necessary to select the best quality wool yielding parent. And this process of selecting parents in order to obtain good quality wool in their offspring is termed as selective breeding. मीन्स अगर हमको गुड क्वालिटी की वूल चाहिए तो पहले हमको वो पेरेंट्स सेलेक्ट करने पड़ेंगे जो बेस्ट क्वालिटी की वूल प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, और ऐसे पेरेंट्स के ऑफस्प्रिंग भी बेस्ट क्वालिटी ऑफ वूल प्रोड्यूस करेंगे, और इस प्रोसेस को हम बोलते हैं सेलेक्टिव ब्रीडिंग. द फ्लीस ऑफ शीप इज नॉट द ओनली सोर्स ऑफ वूल. सम अदर पॉपुलरली यूज्ड वूल आर एज फॉलोज. फर्स्ट इज याक. Yak wool is used in Tibet and Ladakh. Angora wool is obtained from Angora goats found in hilly regions such as Jammu and Kashmir. The underfur of Kashmiri goat is soft. It is woven into fine shawls called pashmina shawls. The fur hair on the body of camels is also used as wool. Llama and alpaca found in South America also yield wools. So these animals along with yak, goat and sheep gives us wool. Sheep are reared in many parts of our country for wool. In this table we can see that these are the breeds of sheep, the quality of wool they produce and the name of state where they are found. Here is a list of some Indian breeds of sheep. और आप देख रहे हैं कि जैसे लोही है वो गुड क्वालिटी की ईल्ड प्रोड्यूस करती है और वो राजस्थान और पंजाब में मिलती है. रामपुर बुशैर जो कि ब्राउन फ्लीस प्रोड्यूस करती है और वो उत्तर प्रदेश और हिमाचल प्रदेश में मिलती है. नाली जो कि कारपेट वूल प्रोड्यूस करती है और वो राजस्थान, हरियाणा और पंजाब में मिलती है. भाखरवाल जो कि वुलन शॉल के लिए यूज़ की जाती है और वो जम्मू कश्मीर में मिलती है. मारवाड़ी जो कि कोर्स वूल प्रोड्यूस करती है और पाटनवाड़ी जो कि होजरी प्रोड्यूस करती है. मीन्स ये थोड़ी हार्ड वूल होती है जबकि ये सॉफ्ट होती है, और ये दोनों ही हमें गुजरात में मिलती हैं. सो ऑल दीज एनिमल्स यील्ड वूल फाइबर्स. हाउ कैन वी ऑब्टेन वूल फ्रॉम दीज फाइबर्स? फॉर ऑब्टेनिंग वूल, rearing and breeding of sheep has to be done. The sheep are taken out for grazing. They are also fed on mixture of pulses, corn, jowar, oil cakes and minerals to ensure good yield of wool. Once the reared sheep develops a thick growth of hair, hair is shaved off for getting wool. Now the question arises that what to do with these fibers? The wool which is used for knitting sweaters or for weaving shawls is the finished product of a long process which involves these steps. So to get wool from the fibers, we have to do some steps. Step 1 is shearing. And this step is the removal of fleece of the sheep along with a thin layer of skin. The process is termed as shearing. The hair provides woolen fiber that are then processed to obtain woolen yarn. Usually hair are removed during the hot weather. This enables sheep to survive without their protective coat of hair. The uppermost layer of the skin is dead. तो shearing में हम लोग removal of fleece करते हैं. The next step is scouring. In scouring, the sheared fleece is systematically washed in tanks in order to remove the grease, dust and dirt, and this is known as scouring. Nowadays, scouring is done by the help of machines. तो मेनली स्काउरिंग में हम लोग जो हमने शेयर्ड किया है मीन्स जो हमने हेयर लिया है शीप से उसको हम वॉश करते हैं. एंड द नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज सॉर्टिंग. द स्काउड हेयर इज देन सॉर्टेड and sent to the factory where hair of different textures are separated or sorted. तो sorting में हम texture wise और color wise hair का separation करते हैं. Next step is rescouring. Here the small fluffy fibers called burrs are separated from the hair and the hair is scoured again and dried. The wool is then ready to be drawn into fibers. तो यहाँ पे जो छोटे छोटे बर उठ जाते हैं उसके ऊपर हम उसको फिर से एक बार वॉश करते हैं ताकि ये वहाँ से हट जाए. द नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज डाइंग. द फाइबर्स आर डाइड इनटू वेरियस वाइब्रेंट कलर्स बिकॉज द नेचुरल कलर ऑफ द फ्लीस इज ब्लैक, ब्राउन और वाइट. देन वी आर कमिंग टू नेक्स्ट स्टेप, दैट इज रोलिंग. द फाइबर्स आर देन स्ट्रेटेंड, combed and finally rolled into yarn. The longer fibers are made into wool for sweaters, whereas the shorter fibers are spun and woven into woolen clothes. So the processing of fiber into wool can be represented as follows. तो हमने जो प्रोसेसिंग देखी कि हम फाइबर को कैसे वूल में कन्वर्ट करते हैं उसके लिए जो स्टेप्स हैं, पहले हमने देखा कि शेयरिंग करते हैं मीन्स रिमूवल ऑफ हेयर करते हैं. उसके बाद हम उसकी स्काउरिंग करते हैं मीन्स उसे वॉश करते हैं. फिर हम उसकी सॉर्टिंग करते हैं मीन्स हम उसको सेपरेट करते हैं ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ कलर एंड टेक्सचर. फिर हम उसको रीस्काउरिंग करते हैं मीन्स अगेन वॉश करते हैं फॉर द क्लीनिंग ऑफ बर्ड्स. और फिर हम उसको डाई करते हैं मीन्स वेरियस कलर्स में जिसमें भी हमको वूल का कलर चाहिए उस हिसाब से हम उसको डाई करते हैं. और लास्ट में हम उसको रोल कर देते हैं और उसके रोल बना के हम उसको मार्केट में भेज देते हैं. Here a question strikes in our mind is that why it hurts when someone pulls our hair but not when we go for haircut. Hair is made up of protein which are dead cells, so while getting a haircut a person does not feel pain, but when it is pulled from scalp the living cells are being pulled along, so it hurts. Another example of animal fiber is silk. These are also example of natural fibers. Silkworm spins the silk fibers. The rearing of silkworm for obtaining silk is called sericulture. Before we discuss the process of obtaining silk, it is necessary to know the life history of silk moth. You can see male and female in this picture, and female silk moth is somewhat larger in size as compared to male. The female silk moth lays egg on mulberry leaves. The larvae, also known as caterpillar or silkworm, hatches out from the egg and grows in size. As soon as the caterpillar gets ready to develop into pupa, it first weaves a net to hold itself and swings its head from side to side in the form of figure 8. During these movements, the caterpillar secretes fibers made up of protein that hardens on exposure to air and becomes silk fiber. The caterpillar soon covers itself completely by a covering of silk fiber known as cocoon. The further development of the moth continues inside the cocoon. Silk fibers are used for weaving silk cloth. The silk yarn is obtained from the cocoon of the silk moth. There is a variety of silk moth which look very different from one another, and the silk yarn they yield is different in texture. मीन सिल्क मॉथ की लाइफ में ये कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेजेस होती हैं. फीमेल सिल्क मॉथ मलबरी लीव्स पर एग ले करती है और उसमें से हैच होके जो लार्वा निकलता है उसे हम कैटरपिलर या सिल्क वॉर्म बुलाते हैं. सिल्क वॉर्म अपना न्यूट्रिशन लेके साइज में काफ़ी बड़ा हो जाता है और फिर वो एक नेट प्रोड्यूस करता है जिसको होल्ड करके वो 8 के शेप में अपने हेड को स्विंग करता रहता है. और इन मूवमेंट्स के समय कैटरपिलर एक फाइबर सक्रीट करता है जो प्रोटीन का बना होता है, जो एयर के एक्सपोजर में आने के बाद हार्ड हो जाता है और सिल्क फाइबर में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है. कैटरपिलर अपने आप को पूरी तरीके से इस सिल्क फाइबर में कवर कर लेता है और इस स्टेज को हम कोकून बुलाते हैं. बाकी का जो सिल्क मोथ का डेवलपमेंट है वो इसी कोकून के अंदर चलता है और फाइनली वो सिल्क मॉथ में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है. नेक्स्ट वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट प्रोसेसिंग ऑफ कोकून टू सिल्क, कि हम कोकून से सिल्क को कैसे प्रोड्यूस करें. द फर्स्ट स्टेप टुवर्ड्स ऑब्टेनिंग सिल्क इज rearing ऑफ सिल्क वॉर्म. The hundreds of eggs laid by female silk moth are stored carefully on strips of cloth or paper and are then sold to silkworm farmers, where the eggs are kept under hygienic and suitable conditions of temperature and humidity for their proper growth. They are then warmed to suitable temperature. This enables the larvae to hatch from the eggs. The larvae, also known as caterpillar or silkworm, are kept in bamboo trays and are served with freshly chopped mulberry leaves. They eat day and night and increases a lot in size. After 25 to 30 days, the silkworms stop eating and move to a tiny chamber of bamboo in the tray, having small racks or twigs to spin cocoons. The silkworm spins the cocoon, inside which further development into the silk moth takes place. The second step towards obtaining silk is processing of silk. The pile of cocoon used to obtain silk fibers are kept under the sun or boiled or else exposed to steam to separate the silk fibers. This process is known as reeling the silk and is done by using machines which unwinds the thread or fibers of silk from the cocoon, which are then spun into silk threads and are woven into silk clothes by weavers. So this is all about the two animal fibers, wool and silk. Hope you understood it well. Thank you.